And we're up to Yud Ches, actually. We started, I think, what Yud Ches? No, before that. No, what am I saying? No,
we're talking about
Yud Gimel.
Yud Beis was Shechiriano.
So what do you get? I said a few times already that the takana of reading the Megillah at night and again in the day was a later takana. But in the Zman Mishnah, they didn't have that. In the Zman Mishnah, they only would read the Megillah during the day. Interesting raya that they bring, there's a Gemara Megillah that if a Sefer was writing the Megillah on Purim, steht קיצור or Mגילה, and Im Kiven Riba is Yotzer. It could be Yotzer writing the whole Megillah on Purim, so be Yotzer Kriyas on Megillah. So the Yishalmi, it's a Gemara Daf Yezai in the Megillah. The Yishalmi brings the same Gemara, and the Yishalmi says, from here is a raya that you got to do malacha on Purim. There's a shayla of Purim, you got to do malacha, not got to do malacha. So the Gemara says a din. That if the Sefer was writing the Megillah and he had Zinnah to be Yotzer with it, so he's Yotzer, is a charaya, you got to do malacha on Purim. So the Mefarshim, they ask a question, what's the raya? There's a din that they bring a Rashi in Tainus, that things that they were masakin or marshal that you shouldn't do malacha is only by yom, but not by layla. Because by Purim state, you may mishta v'simcha. So if Baldur said you may mishta v'simcha, so you would think that it should be mishta simcha, no malacha.
But it's not yetzer.
So it could be that this what the Gemara says, that it was writing the Megillah and had no sin was at night.
He let it write by night.
But it's not yetzer.
Why not?
He needs to hear by day.
Huh?
He needs to hear the Megillah by
So
day.
the teretz is that Bibaldish that it can't be that it was only it was at night. Because the state if he was writing the Megillah and Yotzer what? There's no mitzvah of reading Megillah at night. It's a raya that must be during the day. And it says the din is a raya from the front that's mutar b'malacha. That's someone to bring a lamdish raya that Bisman Mishnah they didn't have this is in the Gemara, so this was later when after they made the takana about reading at night and in the day.
Really, how is it possible someone to write the Megillah on one day?
If it's a good sefer, why not? It's not a question.
It's start really early in the morning.
You can really do a whole Megillah a whole day? Really?
It's a big job.
When he writes the beginning of the Megillah, so the Megillah is missing the whole rest of the Megillah. He writes Vayibim Achashverosh.
No.
He doesn't have a whole Megillah. He only has 3 words on the Megillah. How could it be 18?
What? He wrote the whole Megillah, we're talking.
He wrote the whole Megillah and then he read it?
No, he didn't read it.
You
While
read
he was writing the Megillah,
You're reading it as you're writing.
he's reading it
You
as
say
he's
each word.
writing.
You're right. You say each word.
Right. But when he writes Vayibim Achashverosh, it's missing the whole rest of the Megillah. It's not a kosher Megillah. He doesn't have a Megillah. He has only the Megillah that he's writing. Is that correct? Because otherwise there's no question. If he's reading from another Megillah, he's
So together with the reading, he's making a Megillah.
But when he's reading by Bimi Achashverosh,
I hear what
he
you're
doesn't
saying.
have a whole Megillah.
Who says he needs a whole Megillah?
If it's missing one word, it's kosher. That's true.
That's a Megillah that's missing. But if you made the Megillah, like from the Gemara Gita v'yodei bo kachas. It comes together. The Megillah comes together. You're asking good, I mean, but that's a pshat over there.
Rab Meir wrote a Megillah on Purim.
And what's the Chiddush?
Huh?
Rab Meir wrote a Megillah on Purim,
No.
and he didn't. And you're not allowed to write a pasuk without having another ksav in
Anyone can
front
read
of
a
you.
Megillah.
I don't know if that's by Megillah. That's by Sefer Torah. Ask the Sefer.
So he wrote a Megillah,
Yeah.
and then without having a Megillah in front of him.
Could be he
then
was
wrote
reading.
a second
So
Megillah
maybe.
from the
So
first
could be he was reading for that. Okay.
Don't ask me to do it.
Hakayda is a Megillah. Tzorach Yud Gimel. Hakayda is a Megillah. Tzorach Achavim Hoitzes Kol Hashemim. He's people are hearing from him, so he has to be in mind. He has to have in mind to be mighty to the people. V'gam Hashemeya. Tzorach Achavim Hoitzes V'Ushmaya Kol Teiva V'Teiva. It goes two ways. The one that's reading has to mind the people, and the people have to have in mind to be yaitza with his reading. Shafilu and Brak Teiva Achas Lo Shama Eini Yaitza. V'lochein, and therefore Tzorach HaKayda Gashgiach Moed, the one who's reading has to be very careful. She V'shor Shemarishim Umevalvulim Ba'kois Amen. At the time when people are making a lot of noise when hitting Haman, Yishtaik, he should be quiet. The Ba'kois should be quiet. Ad Yav V'hara Shagamri. Till the people finish making their noise making. When we call Mokum, better Rov V'Nochen, Sheyil Achol Echad V'Echad Megillah G'Sheida. Everyone should have his own kosher Megillah. K'dei Sheyayme Ba'asma Mila B'Mila B'Lachash, in order that he says along quietly, word for word. Pen Lo Yishma Teiva Achas Men HaKayr. This way he doesn't have a problem if he misses a word. He didn't hear it from the Kaida, but he said it himself, and he's saying it from Megillah G'Sheida. Now the next part that he says is something which I don't remember seeing such a thing, but he said, "V'chol isha chachmas reiv." Every wise woman, shemedes bezos anoshim, the im efsha, if possible, matoiv, how much better, lias la Megillah G'Sheida lika mitaycha, she shall have her own Megillah. Kisham kosher shmoyah. The Ezra's Noshim used to be a flight higher upstairs. So it's hard to hear over there. V'anoshim mechuyavis k'moya noshim. Okay, the next he says the Imla Kitchu Salvona Benedasa B'Shas Kriyas Megillah. So it says that what you should do, I think, is you read the Megillah and then you go Mechadash Lavona.
You told us once, Shaile, that you had in jail with women who the men couldn't come to read the Megillah, and there were women who came.
I heard that from Rabbi Cassell. Rabbi Cassell told me he makes arrangements in a whole bunch of jails to read the Megillah, and there was one Megillah that they had a Reform lady as the rabbi, as a chaplain, and she insisted that she doesn't want a man to come to read the Megillah for a woman. So he sent a girl.
So and you said it's okay.
It's okay. The question is, but it's only girls, I mean, it's okay.
And a girl to be Meitzi Azacha,
That's a big shagah.
they have the same chiyuv.
Hmm?
They have the same chiyuv.
Yeah, but the question is, B'tzibur, if it's,
It's news.
yeah.
Rabbi Zirkin wrote a Megillah for his wife.
There's no problem that a husband can read a Megillah for his
No, he
wife.
wrote one. He wrote one for his wife.
He what?
He wrote a Megillah for his wife. His
Oh,
wife-
she had one
She
and...
had one, yeah.
Is people?
I'm just saying it's not come. I don't remember seeing
Yeah.
women coming with a Megillah to shul.
I mean, it's not common on the Welt. It's not common in the Welt also.
I never remember seeing it over here. Hakayda tzorach shiyema as aseres b'nei Haman v'gam teva aseres hakol b'nashim achas. The one who's reading Megillah has to, when it comes, there's certain parts in the Megillah where everyone raises their voice and says it loud. Over here, the way the Kitzur is telling you, it's a din on the Balkaida, that the Kaida has to read from the words Aseres B'nei Haman, by Zosa, they go and all that. So you have to say that Ben Shim Achas. The idea, in order to publicize, Shekulam Nergu V'nitlu Ke'echad. They were all hung at the same time. And V'noigim Ratchil Roimim Min Chamesh Meis Ish. It says over there that B'shush Nabira Hoga Yud Chamesh Meis Ish V'aseres B'nei Haman, and then it goes to list the Aseres B'nei Haman. Hako Ben Shim Achas. Ubidi Yavid, Afila Hifsik Ben Aseres B'nei Haman. If he didn't say, if he caught his breath, between the Aseres B'nei Haman, Yotza is Yotza. This is not our minig. Our minig is that everybody that's in shul, regardless if you have a kosher Megillah or not, also says Aseres, the whole thing. And there's a famous vote from the Rogatchover, which I say over, that he explains why Taka is it. He said because when you hear the Megillah from the Balkaida, so why are you Yaitzer? Because we have a call, Shemei Ka'ina, that his voice becomes like I'm saying, but there's no din that his Neshima Achas becomes like my Neshima Achas. Felt us in the Neshima Achas. That's why the Rogatchover says everybody has to say it, even if he relies on hearing it from.
Because he can't breathe for you.
He can't breathe for you, right?
So according to this, the Aseres B'nei Haman is a special chiyuv, more than the Balayla Ahu and Ish Yehudi Hoya.
That's a different thing. Balaga who is the that's the Inyoni Hanes.
Yeah.
That's the Inyoni Hanes. This is because of, to say that they all killed together. This is a separate thing. Umash Noigim Sasman Kaim Shekol Ko Emim Aseres B'nei Haman Ein Minig Nochen. That means he means us. Quitzur means us over here.
He means the Rogatchover.
Huh?
He means the Rogatchover.
Well, the Rogatchover just explained it. Why? Ella, he emphasized Hakayru Levada Yomrim V'Akol Yishmu Kamay B'Chol HaMegillah. Kishoyma Hakayru B'Layla Hu Nodado. That night the king's sleep was disturbed. Yagbiya Kailai. He should raise his voice. Kishom Maschel Ikanes. That's where the nest started that night when the king couldn't sleep, and he asked that they should bring the Sefer Zecharinis, and they brought it. Ukeshaima Hoigeres Azais. At the end of the Megillah, 2 times it says the words Hoigeres Azais. He says in Aneya Es HaMegillah, he should move around, move the Megillah.
This the Aneya and Megillah is only the Balkaida or everybody? We do it.
Well, he doesn't say that because normally the Balkaida is the one who has the kosher Megillah. The whole shul doesn't have. The whole shul has a sefer, so it doesn't fit to say you get it as ice.
His question is, whoever has a Megillah should do it. Whoever has a kosher Megillah should do it.
Yeah. Incidentally, I once said could be the Elam remembers my Werte, but by Balayla Hu, wie steht dort in der Rosh?
No, the Dosh Nasa Melech.
No, the Shnasamel. And he asked Rabbi Sefer Zechonis, Vayimotze Kosov, Asher Hiksa Biksona Vasadish. Huh? Yeah. So the question is, if you look in the beginning in the Megillah, it says Bikson Vasadish. Why over here does it say Biksona Vasadish?
What's the extra aleph?
Oh, so why is the extra question? Why is the extra aleph?
For I.
Huh?
For I. I.
Oh.
I remember.
So the teretz is because the suffering of the Megillah, the suffering of the history books were Haman's sons, and Haman's sons were concerned that Mordechai shouldn't get credit for saving the king. So what did they do? They went and they falsified the history. In other words, in the Megillah state that Bigson and Sadish had a conversation and they planned to kill the king. They wrote, Asher higad Mordechai al Bigsono oy Sadish. In other words, he's not sure. He heard something, he's not sure that either Bigson or Sadish want to kill the king. What was the end? They killed Bigson and Sadish. So because of that lousy Jew, so to say, they killed one of the people, an innocent person. And when people will read that, they'll say, oh, it's interesting, Taka. These Jews shouldn't get any credit.
You know, they have progressive.
So what's the title? So you read out the Megillah. What should Vayimotze Kosov? It should have said, V'hoya Kosov. Vayimotze Kosov means that it was found. What happened? That night came a malach, and he moved the Biksona Vasedesh, he moved the aleph to Bikson, and the vav to Sedesh. So Mela Malta is Biksona and Sedesh. Kum Techayze B'zei, that Mordechai reported Bikson and Sedesh, and they both were guilty, and they both should have been killed, and no reward was given. So Achashverosh said, what reward was given? That's what the Nes started.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?